Do you remember the drama, the glamour, and the unforgettable feuds of Dynasty? The Carringtons and the Colbys ruled TV screens in the 80s, and their legacy still shines today. But where are the stars of Dynasty now? Let's get started. Number 1, Peter Dinklage was born on June 11, 1969. In Game of Thrones, he played Tyrion Lannister, the sharp-witted and strategic dwarf who became one of the most beloved characters in the series. At the time of filming, he was 41 years old when the show began in 2011. His performance earned him 4 Emmy Awards and a Golden Globe. After Game of Thrones, he starred in films like Cyrano and The Hunger Games, The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes. In 2025, he is still active in Hollywood and continues to impress audiences at the age of 56. Number 2, Lena Headey was born on October 3, 1973. In Game of Thrones, she played Cersei Lannister, the ruthless and cunning queen who stopped at nothing to maintain power. At the time of filming, she was 37 years old when the show began in 2011. Her chilling performance earned her multiple Emmy nominations. After Game of Thrones, she starred in Gunpowder Milkshake, White House Plumbers, and other major projects. She has also done voice work in animated series. In 2025, Lena Headey is still active in the industry and thriving at the age of 51. Number 3, Kit Harington was born on December 26, 1986. In Game of Thrones, he played Jon Snow, the honorable and brave Night's Watch warrior who became a key figure in the battle for the Iron Throne. At the time of filming, he was 24 years old when the show began in 2011. His performance made him a global star. After Game of Thrones, he starred in Eternals and other films, as well as stage productions. He has also been involved in mental health advocacy. In 2025, Kit Harington is still active in Hollywood and is 38 years old. Number 4, Emilia Clarke was born on October 23, 1986. In Game of Thrones, she played Daenerys Targaryen, the fierce and determined mother of dragons who fought for the Iron Throne. At the time of filming, she was 24 years old when the show began in 2011. Her powerful performance made her a household name and earned her multiple Emmy nominations. After Game of Thrones, she starred in Solo, A Star Wars Story, Last Christmas, and joined the Marvel Universe in Secret Invasion. In 2025, Emilia Clarke is still active in Hollywood and continues to shine at the age of 38. Number 5, Sophie Turner was born on February 21, 1996. In Game of Thrones, she played Sansa Stark, who transformed from a naive young girl into the wise and powerful queen in the North. At the time of filming, she was just 15 years old when the show began in 2011. Her performance earned her critical acclaim and a dedicated fan base. After Game of Thrones, she starred as Jean Grey in the X-Men films and appeared in various TV series and movies. In 2025, Sophie Turner is still active in the entertainment industry and is 29 years old. Number 6, Maisie Williams was born on April 15, 1997. In Game of Thrones, she played Arya Stark, the fearless and skilled assassin who delivered one of the show's most iconic moments by defeating the Night King. At the time of filming, she was only 14 years old when the show began in 2011. Her breakout role earned her Emmy nominations and global recognition. After Game of Thrones, she starred in The New Mutants, Pistol, and several indie films. She has also explored fashion and entrepreneurship. In 2025, Maisie Williams is still active in the industry and is 28 years old. Number 7, Nikolai Coster-Waldau was born on July 27, 1970. In Game of Thrones, he played Jaime Lannister, the complex and conflicted knight known as the Kingslayer. At the time of filming, he was 40 years old when the show began in 2011. His performance earned him critical praise and multiple award nominations. After Game of Thrones, he starred in films like The Silencing and Against the Ice and continued working in TV and international cinema. He has also been involved in environmental activism. In 2025, Nikolai Coster-Waldau is still active in the industry and is 55 years old. Number 8, Iain Glen was born on June 24, 1961. In Game of Thrones, he played Jorah Mormont, the loyal knight who dedicated his life to serving Daenerys Targaryen. At the time of filming, he was 49 years old when the show began in 2011. His portrayal of Jorah earned him widespread admiration. After Game of Thrones, he starred in Titans as Bruce Wayne and appeared in various films and TV series. Known for his work in both film and theater, he remains a respected actor. In 2025, Iain Glen is still active in acting and is 64 years old. Number 9, John Bradley was born on September 15, 1988. In Game of Thrones, he played Samwell Tarly, Jon Snow's loyal friend and one of the most intelligent and kind-hearted characters in the series. At the time of filming, he was 22 years old when the show began in 2011. His role made him a fan favorite. After Game of Thrones, he starred in Moonfall and Marry Me, alongside Jennifer Lopez. He has also continued to work in television and film. In 2025, John Bradley is still active in the industry and is 36 years old. Number 10, Alfie Allen was born on September 12, 1986. In Game of Thrones, he played Theon Greyjoy, a conflicted character who went from a cocky prince to a redeemed hero. At the time of filming, he was 24 years old when the show began in 2011. His performance was praised for its depth and emotional range. After Game of Thrones, he appeared in John Wick, Jojo Rabbit, and several TV series. He has also taken on stage roles, showcasing his versatility. In 2025, Alfie Allen is still active in acting and is 38 years old. Number 11, Conleth Hill was born on November 24, 1964. In Game of Thrones, he played Lord Varys, the mysterious and cunning spymaster known as the Master of Whispers. At the time of filming, he was 46 years old when the show began in 2011. His performance brought depth and intrigue to the character. After Game of Thrones, he continued acting in films and TV shows, including The Power of the Dog and Magpie Murders. He is also active in theater, his first love. In 2025, Conleth Hill is still acting and is 60 years old. Number 12, Liam Cunningham was born on June 2, 1961. In Game of Thrones, he played Davos Seaworth, the loyal and honorable knight who became one of the most respected advisors in Westeros. At the time of filming, he was 49 years old when the show began in 2011. His performance earned him widespread praise. After Game of Thrones, he appeared in The Last Voyage of the Demeter, The Vault, and several TV series. He has also been involved in humanitarian work. In 2025, Liam Cunningham is still active in acting and is 64 years old. Number 13, Gwendoline Christie was born on October 28, 1978. In Game of Thrones, she played Brienne of Tarth, the fearless and honorable knight who became one of the show's most inspiring characters. At the time of filming, she was 32 years old when the show began in 2011. Her performance earned her critical acclaim and Emmy nominations. After Game of Thrones, she starred in Star Wars as Captain Phasma, played key roles in The Sandman and Wednesday, and continued working in theater and fashion. In 2025, Gwendoline Christie is still active in Hollywood and is 46 years old. Number 14, Aidan Gillen was born on April 24, 1968. In Game of Thrones, he played Peter Littlefinger Baelish, the cunning and manipulative strategist who always had his own agenda. At the time of filming, he was 43 years old when the show began in 2011. His portrayal of Littlefinger made him one of the show's most intriguing villains. After Game of Thrones, he starred in Bohemian Rhapsody, Peaky Blinders, and Mayor of Kingstown. He has continued working in film, television, and theater. In 2025, Aidan Gillen is still active in acting and is 57 years old. Number 15, Isaac Hempstead Wright was born on April 9, 1999. In Game of Thrones, he played Bran Stark, the boy who became the three-eyed raven and eventually the king of Westeros. At the time of filming, he was just 12 years old when the show began in 2011. His performance grew stronger as his character evolved. After Game of Thrones, he took a break to focus on his studies but later returned to acting, appearing in films and TV series. In 2025, Isaac Hempstead Wright is still active in the industry and is 26 years old. Number 16, Rory McCann was born on April 24, 1969. In Game of Thrones, he played Sandor, the Hound, Clegane, the brutal yet deeply complex warrior with a tragic past. At the time of filming, he was 42 years old when the show began in 2011. His performance made the Hound one of the show's most memorable characters. After Game of Thrones, he appeared in Jumanji, The Next Level and Nobody and continued working in action films and TV series. In 2025, Rory McCann is still active in acting and is 56 years old. Number 17, Nathalie Emmanuel was born on March 2, 1989. In Game of Thrones, she played Missandei, the loyal and intelligent advisor to Daenerys Targaryen. At the time of filming, she was 22 years old when she joined the show in Season 3. Her role made her a fan favorite. After Game of Thrones, she starred in the Fast and Furious franchise, Army of Thieves, and The Invitation. She has also worked in voice acting and modeling. In 2025, Nathalie Emmanuel is still active in Hollywood and is 36 years old. Number 18, Jerome Flynn was born on March 16, 1963. In Game of Thrones, he played Bronn, the witty and skilled sellsword who climbed the ranks to become a nobleman. At the time of filming, he was 48 years old when the show began in 2011. His character's humor and survival instincts made him a fan favorite. After Game of Thrones, he appeared in John Wick, Chapter 3, Parabellum and continued acting in TV dramas. He has also pursued his passion for music and humanitarian work. In 2025, Jerome Flynn is still active in entertainment and is 62 years old. Number 19, Daniel Portman was born on February 13, 1992. In Game of Thrones, he played Podrick Payne, the loyal squire who grew into a skilled and respected knight. At the time of filming, he was 19 years old when he joined the show in Season 2. His character's journey and charm made him a fan favorite. After Game of Thrones, he continued acting in TV series and theater, appearing in The Control Room and other projects. In 2025, Daniel Portman is still active in acting and is 33 years old. Number 20, Jacob Anderson was born on June 18, 1990. In Game of Thrones, he played Grey Worm, the fearless leader of the Unsullied and a devoted follower of Daenerys Targaryen. At the time of filming, he was 21 years old when he joined the show in Season 3. His performance brought depth to the character, making Grey Worm one of the show's most respected warriors. After Game of Thrones, he starred in Interview with the Vampire and continued his music career under the stage name Rollie Ritchie. In 2025, Jacob Anderson is still active in acting and music at 35 years old. Number 21, Ben Crompton was born on January 1, 1974. In Game of Thrones, he played Edison Tollett, also known as Dolorous Edd, the loyal and sarcastic member of the Night's Watch who eventually became its Lord Commander. At the time of filming, he was 37 years old when he joined the show in Season 2. His dry humor and bravery made him a beloved character. After Game of Thrones, he continued acting in TV series and films, including Dodger and Strike. In 2025, Ben Crompton is still active in acting and is 51 years old. Number 22, Christopher Hivju was born on December 7, 1978. In Game of Thrones, he played Tormund Giantsbane, the fierce yet charismatic wildling leader who fought alongside Jon Snow. At the time of filming, he was 32 years old when he joined the show in Season 3. His humor and larger-than-life personality made Tormund a fan favorite. After Game of Thrones, he starred in The Witcher, Cocaine Bear, and Twin, continuing his success in film and television. In 2025, Christopher Hivju is still active in acting and is 46 years old. Number 23, Julian Glover was born on March 27, 1935. In Game of Thrones, he played Grand Maester Pycelle, the seemingly frail yet cunning advisor to the Lannisters. At the time of filming, he was 76 years old when the show began in 2011. His portrayal of Pycelle added depth to the political intrigue of King's Landing. Before Game of Thrones, he was already known for roles in Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade, Star Wars, The Empire Strikes Back, and For Your Eyes Only. In 2025, Julian Glover is 90 years old and has retired from acting, leaving behind a legendary career. Thanks for watching. Game of Thrones may have ended, but its impact lives on. From the battles for the Iron Throne to the most heartbreaking moments, the show gave us memories we'll never forget. Who was your favorite character or moment? Let us know in the comments.